Broads Media.
There's only one question, and the question is, does Chuck Fletcher get a ring when Owen Tippett wins the Conn Smythe? Somehow, he had something even more sexy than what we witnessed in St. Louis. The backhand, the show and tell, beautiful move, ridiculous. And then he gives us a spinorama backhand bar down cheese? In what universe has Owen Tippett become a monster? Seriously, if I'm a defenseman trying to control my gap and I see this red-headed motherfucker coming down the wall, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm nervous as hell. I'm scared as hell. This dude's a machine currently, and so is Morgan Frost, passing the puck to get Sean Walker going, who rips it for a 1-0 lead. The Flyers dominated Dallas, and that's what they preached prior to puck drop, okay? We want to send a message. We want this to be a game where everybody afterwards around the league goes, oh, whoa, hold on a second. All right, we know Philadelphia's been overachieving. We know they've put together a lot of wins, but at some point they'll slow down, right? At some point it'll be back to the norm, right? Yo, this is the fucking norm, and that's the great thing about it. They're legit. They're real. They have a tandem in the crease that you could go with somebody different on any other night, and Urson, not tested early. Dallas puts one shot on the board for a long time. So when they do eventually get some noise again and generate some level of offense, are you rusty? Well, here he is on a 3-on-1 when you're shorthanded. I'm sorry. Dallas was shorthanded. You're on the power play, and Owen Tippett is defending a 3-on-1. That's a recipe for disaster. He comes up with the initial save, and then he throws his right pad at it for the rebound. That could have been a turning point, right? Now, eventually, Sagan snipes it, uses his glove, catches the puck nicely, turns around on his forehand, rips it over the shoulder. Okay, it's 2-1 at that point. But this team always has a response, whether it's on the power play now. Frosty with the dish over to Cam Atkinson. Now Cam Atkinson from the dead. The dude actually produces, and what do you know? They no longer struggle to score a bunch of goals because their goal scorers like Tippett, like Atkinson, they're red hot. All right, they are scorching. And Frost has responded to the John Tortorella thing. Mwah, mwah, French kiss. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Unreal. I want everybody on board. Everybody. You're even getting goals from Scott Lawton. Let's go. I want everybody in this city to be in and engaged over the weekend. You got a back-to-back. If you're not the biggest hockey fan in the world, and I'm aware that the NFL playoffs are here, what I want you to do, you get Clauserie back here on Sunday at 1 o'clock. You got the Colorado Avalanche, who's a stacked squad, coming to town on Saturday. Just throw it on. Even if you're doing dishes, if you're casual and you're doing dishes, you got to unload the dishwasher. Let's say I don't know what you're doing. No clue. Folding laundry. Just throw on JJ. Just throw on Jim Jackson and Brian Boucher and give them a moment of your time because you're not going to want to miss this. And what, was it a week ago that I had Martinez on and I asked him about rebuild, and you're trying to manage and juggle what they're capable of doing this season and maximizing this run while not losing the long-term goal in sight. And, the messaging has been consistent from basically everybody in this organization, which I respect, even if I might disagree, and that's they're not going to get off path. They had a plan. They're going to stick to their plan, and I do respect that. But right now, if you could get something in return for Sean Walker, and it's a high draft pick, if it's a second-round pick, who knows? Could you squeeze more out of a team that's desperate and wants to make a serious push? But can't the Flyers make a serious push? Here's what I'm not going to do, right? First off, real quick, let me finish up that point. This old prospect pool and Matvei Michkov, and now you don't have Cutter Gauthier. That almost just came out of my mouth organically because I'm so used to thinking about those two as a duo and them two being the faces of the franchise. But one guy's a soft little piece of crap that got annoyed when Danny Briere said, hey, I just got the job. I don't know if you're ready to make that jump yet. I'm not promising you a spot. And because he had to earn his spot on the NHL roster, he said, send me elsewhere. There's no way in hell. And now we're hearing from Scott Hartnell, who was on the Spit and Chicklets pod, that there were teams that were on his list where he gave the Flyers, I'd be willing to go here. This kid, the balls on this kid to pull that card. Well, there were a lot of teams that crossed him right off their list because they didn't appreciate the way he was handling things, ignoring John LeClair, ignoring Patrick Sharp. Okay, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? But I think you have so much great talent here. Making or breaking your rebuild won't be if you move on from Sean Walker or not, right? Now, if the package is so big, then yes. And this is why it's very frustrating. And in hockey, I don't want to hear it when they don't have enough to win the Stanley Cup anyway. I watched the LA Kings win a Stanley Cup. I've seen an 8th seed win a Stanley Cup. It's hockey. You get into the dance and anything can happen, especially if you have two goalies the way the Flyers have two goalies. And if their power kill is going to keep it up and if they could get serviceable numbers out of their power play, I'm not rolling anything out because I just watched the St. Louis Blues go from one of the worst teams during the regular season to hoisting the Stanley Cup, and the things I would do to see Owen Tippett skating around the Wells Fargo Center with that beautiful fucking thing over his head. Same with Joel Farabee. Jamie Drysdale, when he's doing his laps, that place will be electric, screaming, "Fuck you, Connor! Fuck you, Connor!" Oh my God, I got goosebumps thinking about what possibly could be. It's amazing. You got to maximize these moments, and it's a very difficult situation. Now, what's gotten this franchise in trouble before is sort of when you are in these spots, getting off the rails. And I know they don't want to do that. But I guess as a fan, this is where it hurts. I believe in them. I think they play the right way. They get up in the forecheck. They are playing with piss and vinegar. They're annoying to battle with. They're in your grill. They're legit. This is a legitimate hockey team. And knowing that, to start selling pieces at the deadline. I took a call earlier this morning. I did overnights. And one of the callers, I can't wait to see their additions at the deadline. I hate to break it to you. I don't know. Now, maybe they reassess and they talk about things, but they seem pretty stirred on the idea of let's not do something where we're pushing the cards and pushing our chips in. And, just fascinating. That's all. I'm enjoying everything they're doing, but because I know their goal and their mentality, I'm sort of in this weird limbo, but I'm also loving every single second of their play. When they have a game, I have a different feeling in my body. When I wake up in the morning and it's a Flyers game day, I cannot wait until puck drop. I think about it all day long. That's why over the weekend, when you get the 1 o'clockers, there's nothing better than a weekend matinee of Flyers hockey. And the fact that you get 2 in a row, isn't it beautiful when there's a back-to-back? Because when that game's over and you see, oh, the Flyers won by 3, let's add that W to the W column. Oh, that's right, they get to play again. And you wake up and you get to do it all over again. It's a magical feeling. This team is must-watch. They're a very likable bunch. No Noah Cates now enters the fold. He pops in out of nowhere after his injury. Sean Couturier is winning such a huge draw to give Owen Tippett a bingo for his first of the night. And that thing was a cannon. When you watch the slow-mo and just the way he was able to pick that left corner right off the draw, those details matter, man. And you get a number one center who plays a 200-foot game, and he's back from his big injuries that he's been dealing with. That's what he provides. That is winning hockey. That is massive. And he gives you such an advantage. Now Owen Tippett's able to let it rip. That goal was sick. Owen Tippett's on fire right now, and he's playing outstanding. This team is playing outstanding. They just dominated the Dallas Stars, who have a lot of firepower. Dallas is a damn good team. And all I heard was we need to handle business, and we wanted to set the record straight. We want the league to understand. The Flyers are coming. Well, I think that's exactly what was stated when now Owen Tippett's goal is number one on SportsCenter Top 10. You can't get away from them. They're always in your face. SportsCenter Top 10. There's guys who play in the NBA that don't know a lick about hockey, who are just tuning in to see what Stephen A. Smith is saying on First Take. Maybe they catch a little bit of Get Up, and maybe Get Up shows a top 10 play for some reason. I don't even know what they air, but let's just say, what the hell is that? The Flyer. They're in your face. They're in your face. So imagine what it's like when you're actually in the thick of it, following the league not just from a casual sense, but from an everyday level. Here's the Flyers, baby. Here's the Flyers. Here's the Flyers. Yo, the Flyers. Yo, the motherfucking Philadelphia Flyers. And they're doing it beautifully. They're doing it beautifully. How are you not in love? How are you not dreaming of the Stanley Cup being polished? It's a fantastic question. Listen to this message I got on the Anytime Hotline. I was pissing myself in tears, but this is the way the city has been moved. As somebody tweeted at me 5 minutes ago, thank you, Mark. He just says, Broads, Stanley Cup, that's it. Yes, Mark, thank you so much for tweeting in. This came into the Anytime Hotline last night. This is Matt from Savannah, Georgia, right? Broads, Matt from Savannah, Georgia. Been a fan of the show since Vandevelde, Belmar, and that was the most exciting line on the team. Oh, I want to vomit. He continues, I moved away from Delco 2 years ago, and after I watched this game, I submitted my 2-week notice and decided to move back home. I can't live down here anymore, knowing what's going on in the Wells Fargo Center. Owen Tippett is the next Connor McDavid. I can taste the cup already. Keep up the strong work. And then he added as an attachment his email to his boss as a follow-up to our conversation. This email is my official 2-week notice, with my final day being February 2nd, 2024. Oh my God! The Flyers are winning the cup, and they now have people moving around the country, so there's a closer attachment to them. This is outstanding stuff, people. I have goosebumps. Goosebumps! Scott Lawton's out here producing during a penalty shot. Is it a goal? Is it not a goal? It's a damn goal. Shut up. Play the song as he's celebrating, will you? And right now I got the Squirtle thing stuck in my head. That's right. That's their little celebration they got going. Right? They're pulling a card from the Philadelphia Phillies where they're dancing on their own, which got a little bored of that and was a little tired of it by the end. But now we got our Flyers version of it, and I'm not sick of that one. I'll tell you that for free. And what else I'm not sick of is my great, beautiful, fantastic friends over at HelloFresh. What is HelloFresh, you ask? Well, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. So skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. A crazy schedule can make it easy to fall back into your dinner time recipe rut. So keep mealtime exciting with over 40 recipes to choose from every week. So there's always something delicious to discover with HelloFresh. HelloFresh does all the shopping and meal planning for you. Ingredients arrive right at your doorstep. They're pre-portioned and they're ready to cook, and they come with pictured step-by-step recipe cards, so you can't screw up anything. You just follow along. They have everything already portioned for you. It's outstanding. And it's 25% less expensive than takeout, so that means you get easy home-cooked meals on the table and even more money back in your pocket. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to HelloFresh.com/50broads for 50% off plus free shipping. That's promo code 50broads for 50% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, So make sure you join the HelloFresh family down below. I just can't believe it. I'm in awe, and I'm just in awe. I'm in awe. I forget what this feels like. We've had some nice moments in the last handful of years, and I know that sounds crazy, but I'm just saying it's up and down. It's up and down. It's good season, playoffs, bad season, no playoffs. And you go back to that bubble year, and they were going against the Islanders, and there was some life there, and the play-in tournament and all. My point of bringing up, even though it hasn't been great, and I maybe laid it out where it was greater than it actually was, it hasn't been this. John Tortorella is coaching his ass off, and they are believing in what he's preaching, and now it's so intense, and I'm saying that in a good way. He's got his hands all over this to the point where when he is testing you, there's trust. It's not, oh my God, this guy's a douchebag, or he's being too harsh, or I don't understand. Why is he doing this? There's a level of understanding. Maybe there's disagreement, as we heard with Morgan Frost, who was dealing with his frustration and willing to sit down with the coach, and that was something that John Tortorella checked off his list when dissecting the player Morgan Frost. He brought an edge that he was waiting for. He brought an attitude switch that he was waiting for. And now Morgan Frost is producing at a super high clip. There's trust in the buttons he's pushing. You might disagree, but you're getting results, and I believe that there's trust. I get it. Now I'm sure Morgan Frost can sort of look back at that time and realize what was so great about it and how that sort of pushed him and gave him a little shove in the back, forcing him to head in the right direction. They believe what he's selling. They believe in his message and just the way to go to work every single day. Remember, we were told by the anti-John Tortorella crew that he's not right for a rebuild because he's tough on his players. You got to learn how to compete in this league. There's 82 of these games, and you have to learn what it's like to go to the office, clock in, clock out, 60 minutes, play the right way, willing to commit to the D zone. How about salvaging some of these contracts? And by no means is Rasmus Ristolainen worth the deal that he's getting, but you think of what that deal looked like not too long ago, and at least you have a respectful defensive mind. And I've seen some of the metrics on Cam York, the emphasis in the D zone. I know some are saying, well, could he be more offensively? Does he have that? You know what? Right now, especially knowing how it takes a longer time for defensemen to blossom in this league, and they have more ups and downs because it's a super tough position, and when you're 20, 21, 22, it's a grind. It's so very difficult, and they are clearly pinning him with this mentality of D zone, and the results, Cam York has been great. Cam York has been awesome. Sanheim has been awesome. I don't have to tell you that twice. Drysdale is a joy to watch. He's running the top of the power play. Did you see the puck movement? You got him at the top of the blue line. You got two guys on either side. They're moving the puck. They're shooting one-timers. You got bodies in front of the net crashing in front of the blue paint. You got the pass moving from Morgan Frost to Atkinson. Guys been cleaning up in that area a couple of games now, finally getting on the board after a massive drought. You figured once he popped one that there'd be a snowball effect. I mean, he's been in the league for how long? He's been scoring how many goals every single season? He's too good. He's getting up there in age, and he's a smaller guy, and you do worry about deteriorating, but for a scorer's touch, sometimes all it takes is that one feeling again, and then you're able to take a deep breath, get back to your game, and he's doing that, and it's magnificent. All right. We'll run to the Anytime Hotline and go to Sean, who's sharing his thoughts on this victory.
Was that Dennis Savard out there tonight, Hunter, with that spinorama? That was Hunter Brody-esque in and of itself. Wow, the speed, the sniping of the backhander to the top corner.
Come on now.
Unbelievable goal by Owen Tippett. I mean, there's probably been better goals by players scored this year throughout the league, but you'd be hard-pressed to find one. another systematic beatdown by the Flyers. I mean, they took the Stars to the woodshed and unleashed some abuse on them tonight. Another solid, I mean, he didn't have a lot to do, but a solid performance by Ayerson.
Yeah, it matters.
Contributions from everyone throughout the lineup. I mean, the Flyers are playing entertaining hockey, folks. I mean, what more can you ask for this team? I mean, they're giving you effort. They're giving you basically 2 points a night every night. They are a machine right now. And dare I say, I mean, I don't want to speak out of the box too soon, but, I mean, if they play 80% of what they're doing, they're in the playoffs.
Oh, God, yeah.
They just got to stay healthy, and they got to keep doing what they're doing. But great job again. Tough matchup Saturday with Colorado, but the way this team is playing, they're not an underdog against anybody right now.
Nope. No. And I haven't even questioned the whole playoff thing. It's written in stone for me. It's inevitable. It's a postseason team. It's a postseason team. I've watched hockey my whole damn life. It's a playoff team, so I'm not even concerned. I think it's great that you point out Ayerson, though. It's hard sometimes where you don't see a shot for a while and you got to get the feel. Sometimes getting pumped and peppered with 48 shots, 52 shots, 79 shots, 86 shots. The puck's going off your blocker, your glove, whatever. You're making your saves. You're getting into the butterfly. You're kicking post to post. You're doing a good old 2-pad stack. All that good stuff. Well, it's easy to get a feel, but what happens when your team is pounding and your team's constantly getting up the ice and you're moving your pace and you're taking advantage of all these opportunities on odd man rushes and moving the puck well, and you're like, all right. What is it from Mighty Ducks D2? Was it when they went to the goalie, not Goldberg? Come on, Julie the cat, and she's just dancing to herself and singing to herself and waiting for the other team to finally get a shot. Maybe Goldberg did that as well. I'll have to watch Mighty Ducks D2. Nothing like the Goodwill games. That's right. That team, Iceland. That coach, stuff. That blonde coach. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's go to Aiden in Newcastle, Delaware.
I am convinced that Owen Tippett is going to have a better career in Philadelphia. Honestly, not in Philadelphia. In the league. And then Cutter Gauthier. Cutter Gauthier is a scumbag, and Owen Tippett is out here dangling and breaking everyone's ankles, and it seems like he's scoring every game. This Flyers team is a wagon right now. They can beat anyone in the league, and just keep it going. 5 in a row is insane. We got another good team coming up, but they keep winning, and Owen Tippett's a beast. Keep it going, boys. Love to see it.
And Owen Tippett, he had to deal with a lot of adversity in Florida. There were some expectations. And even when he got here, it was all because you were cornered as a franchise. Claude Giroux wanted to go to one place by the end of it. He took teams off of his list. I want to go to Tampa. Send me to Tampa, sorry. Send me to Florida. Send me to Florida. I want to go to Florida. Well, then it limits your return and it limits what you're able to sort of negotiate with because, well, Tampa. Why do I keep saying Tampa? What the hell's wrong with me? Florida understands that that's where Claude Giroux wants to go. So they don't have to put as much on the block, and you have to accept it because you have to get rid of Claude Giroux. You just have to. You're going to get some asset back. And now you got yourself a dude who can go pop you 30+. He can score 30+ in this league. And now that he's playing with this level of confidence, I never thought at any point in Owen Tippett's career, even if he turned it around here and became awesome, that this would ever be a part of it. I didn't think this was a ceiling. Backhand spinorama bar downs and show and tells against St. Louis in the third period with a couple minutes to go after there was a fluky St. Louis goal to tie it up, and it came from distance, and Carter, there's always some soft, weird ones with Carter. I got asked this as well recently. Who do I trust more? more, if I'm just telling you right now who I trust more, and this isn't some Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts debate, I trust Harrison more than Carter Hart right now, but it's not because I think Carter Hart isn't sensational. I think Harrison's just playing at a high level right now, and that's a good position to be in. If you could have 2 goalies, then let's run it, baby. We have 0 for the last 28 years of my entire life, okay? So, and we also got someone else maybe coming over from Russia, if he's even able to. So now we got a problem where we have too many goalies. I'll take that over the alternative. Real quick, though, as I end the show, Owen Tippett. I never thought that this would ever be his ceiling, even if he was going to pot a bunch of goals. If he'd be a 27, 26, high 20 guy, well, there's ways to score 26 goals and it not be number 1 SportsCenter top 10 plays, where you're scoring elite-level goals in back-to-back games, one being on the road to keep a win streak going. All they do is win. It's crazy. All TickPick does is win. That's because they got the best prices on the market. If you click the link down below in the description, my promo code is activated with it, and pretty much you get $10 off your purchase when looking to go to a Flyers game, a Sixers game, or any game out there, really, if you're out of markets, and also concerts. So the way this works is they got the best price guarantee method. That means their ticket prices will beat any of the major competing marketplaces, and they are so confident about it, they guarantee it. If you find the same seats elsewhere at a better price than TickPick, you get 110% of the price difference in form of TickPick credit. And there's upfront pricing, so no more doing the math in your head to prepare for how much extra you plan on spending on top of the listed price, because the price you see on TickPick is the price you pay at checkout, period, end of story. So make sure you do that. And all right, everybody, I really do appreciate your love and support. Let's see how they do on this little back-to-back at home here during some Saturday afternoon tilts. I appreciate all your love and support, and I'll see you on the next one.